Okay, well, let me go ahead and introduce our speaker. This is going to be Dave Weill. He's a fellow Rotarian. He's in the Breakfast Morning Club, meets on Thursday, and they've got the the barbecue coming up later. I see Bob Gerard slipped in, Bob the banker back here, so we didn't get to announce him, but glad to have you, Bob. He is married to Trish for 24 years, 4 children, ages 16 to 22, an Eagle Scout, a Desert Storm veteran, wrote a book about his experience. He was deployed with his mother in the military. So, I mean, I've heard him present on that. He wrote a book about that. I mean, it's a great story. So this was in the 9/12 MASH unit, like on TV. Wrote and sang a song about his experience and gave it to his mom for Mother's Day. In 2011, he secured his Series 7 and 66 licenses so he can be like Jeremy, but soon thereafter, he realized he would rather dig a ditch than sell investments. So I've heard that before. Hidden talent and random fact, he can hold his breath for a long time. However, he has passed out twice underwater from holding his breath too long. Bachelor's degree from ETSU, East Tennessee State. His master's in divinity from Mid-America Baptist Seminary. While in seminary, he was taking a Hebrew test when 9/11 happened. He went, unfortunately, you were taking a Hebrew test went to seminary to be in the full-time ministry and now owns a Steak and Shake and flips burgers for a living. This was not his plan. And if you know Dave, I mean, everything he does, he gives glory back to God, and we appreciate the inspiration he is to all the groups that he participates and speaks to. He did bring milkshakes, so if you didn't get a milkshake, they're in the back of the room, melting. So get one of those, and I'll turn it over to Dave.
Operation Desert Storm, 1991. The war's getting ready to start. Our unit, the 9/12 MASH, is expected to get hit with nerve gas. Our first sergeant, he climbs the steps, takes his nerve agent tablet without saying a word. We know what we have to do. I take out this very packet right here. Says nerve agent pre-treatment tablet. I take the tablet out, my hand's shaking. I literally think I could be killed at any moment. Night after night, the scud alarms go off. Within arm's reach always is our gas mask. Pull it out. Put one on that's just exactly like this one. Just imagine thinking, what would it feel like knowing you can be killed at any moment? That's what was running through my mind. This is a picture of my younger self. I was 21, and that was right when the war was first starting. We were in Saudi Arabia at the time. So before Desert Storm, growing up as a little kid, we were the family that you brought food to. We were on the town list. Growing up, it was just me. My mom was a maid. It was me, my mom, and my little sister. And we grew up in a house where you actually had to go outside to get to the downstairs. And I remember as a little kid, some 45 years ago, our neighbor, Hank, he actually came over and built us steps on the inside of the house. And when I was a little kid, I learned then, I didn't realize it, but I learned then that service above self truly is a superpower. Future Rotarian. And for those people bringing us food, helping us out, Hank come and help us build our house, I think that's one reason why I love to help other people so much. It got ingrained into me as a little kid. After high school, I joined the Army Reserves, and I got a free milkshake coupon here. I was in the 9/12 MASH. Who's seen the television show MASH? Free milkshake. Who can tell me what MASH stands for? Anyone? I got a volunteer. Mobile Army Surgical Hospital. Yes, free milkshake for you, sir. There you go. Just like the television show. And so while I'm in basic training, there was this long line. And you don't really have a choice. You just got to do what the military tells you to do, right? So I'm in this long line. I'm like, what's this line for? And then I found out it's to get your vision tested. Well, what a waste of time. I knew my vision was perfectly fine. But you don't really have an option. You go through the line. I go through the test. I'm perfectly fine. No big deal. About a week later, you know, in the military, you love mail call, right? Mail call packages. On my bunk is a box. I'm excited. I'm like, oh, I got a package. Fantastic. I opened it up. Guess what was in the box? A pair of glasses. The military made a mistake. Just for kicks, I put the glasses on. Whoa! Have y'all seen those videos where these colorblind people get these color glasses? They get all emotional and they're choked up because they can see color for the first time. It was kind of like that. It's like, Randy, like, I can see your face. You're smiling. I go outside and there's these like colors and like blades of grass. I'm like, this is amazing. The lesson I learned from that, even when I know I'm absolutely 100% right, I could still be wrong. This has come in very practical in my marriage. So, learning marriage lessons in the military. I come back from basic training. My mom at this time had put herself through nursing school. MASH, Mobile Army Hospital. She's a nurse. I came back from basic training. I said, hey, Mom, good news. They got a special boot camp for you old people. She was 40. I was 20. My perspective has changed just slightly since then. I'm 54 now. So I talked my mom into joining the military. And the thought of war never crossed my mind. Just got money to help pay for school. Things weren't going on then like they are now. Fast forward a little bit, Thanksgiving 1990, our unit gets activated. I go off to Desert Storm with my mom. As Randy mentioned, I wrote a book. Took me 30 years to write it, but I was finally inspired after listening to Don Day speak several times about surge, get on, just do it. Thank you, Don. Deployed with my mother. I brought 7 copies today. If you buy one, it'll set you back $10. Or you can just come to Steak and Shake, and I got them, or they're on Amazon. Fast forward, 1999, I go to seminary to be in full-time ministry, and now I own a Steak and Shake. This was not my plan, so I had a hat made up that says, not my plan. It's like the story of my life. I've got another free shake coupon. Who's ever had, raise your hand, who's ever had anything in life not go according to plan? Anyone? A couple people. Sir, got you a free milkshake right here. Most people can relate to this story. What are some challenges I faced before Steak and Shake? You might recognize me. I used to sell cell phones at AT&T right there on Thompson Lane. And I realized, I'm like, I don't want to do this forever. So I'm like, I'll buy a Cajun restaurant because I was told you can make a lot of money. Reality was I did not make money for 2.5 years. You know how long that is? It's a long time. The restaurant was J. Gumbo's in Antioch. Raise your hand if you've ever heard of J. Gumbo's. Look around the room. This was my problem. Nobody heard of J. Gumbo's. I had to do something. My kids had this bad habit called eating. Had to do something. So I'm at a soccer banquet, spring of 2019. I meet this guy. I was telling him my woes and my problems. He's like, have you ever heard of Steak and Shake? I'm like, yeah, I don't go because it's nasty. I've only been like 4 times in 14 years. He said they got this new program. You give them $10,000, you work for free till you fix it, and they guarantee $100,000 the first year. I thought, no problem. I'm not making money anyway. What's a few more months, right? So, remember, I didn't make money for 2.5 years. I sold my truck, kept my daughter, gave Steak and Shake 10 grand. I'm off to the races. Training is in Hendersonville, Tennessee, an hour with no traffic. Training's up there. I come home 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night. My wife, my kids, they're asleep. I have to get up 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning to go back to do inventory, whatnot. My family's still asleep. So it dawned on me, it's like, why go home? So what did I do? I stole my son's bunk bed mattress. I put it in my mother-in-law's car, and I slept in the parking lot. This was my nighttime view at Steak and Shake in Hendersonville. I had my pee jug in the car. Gold's Gym was across the street. Got up in the morning, took a shower, and went to work. Did that for 2 months. So I'm training in Murfreesboro, Steak and Shake. 2 months training in Hendersonville, 6 months in Murfreesboro. So 8 months later, I finally hit, remember, I'm not getting paid till I fix it. So I'm working, literally, I counted the days. I worked 67 days over 2 months, every day, 15 to 17 hours a day. It was hard work. My first day off, I literally went out of the country. Here's a picture of where I went to. I got another free shake coupon of who can tell me where this picture is. Well, I heard it. Who said it? Auschwitz. Yes. So we went there. I went there with my sisters, and the reason we went there is my grandmother was there as a prisoner in the concentration camp. My dad's name was Borisowitz, and he was adopted by a man in the States who adopted him, brought him here, and here I am. But that's another story. So went out of the country. I was still getting messages, but I couldn't go in. My first day, I hit all the metrics. My first day as the official franchise owner at Steak and Shake was March 25th, 2020. Who can tell me what's significant about this year? Literally, I become the owner. I start getting paid the day after the dining room closes to COVID. Not my plan. The challenges of owning a Steak and Shake. We get scammed almost weekly. Well, let me back up. Some of the blessings, one of the things I'm doing now is giving free milkshakes to every teacher in Murfreesboro, partner with businesses. This was the Shakes at Riverdale. I like doing magic tricks. I need a volunteer. Well, you volunteered, hurts you. So I love doing magic tricks. So here, what's your name, sir? John. This is a magic Steak and Shake stick. Watch very closely. Don't take your eyes off the stick, okay? Fantastic. John, watch. See all those colors? Now watch. Colors on both sides of the stick, okay? All right, John, there's 6 colors. Give me your favorite number between 1 through 6. 5. John, can you spell 5? Good job. Spell 5. F-I-V-E. Fantastic. What color is that, John?
Is it orange?
Red. We'll go red.
Red. I'm colorblind.
John, watch the stick. Whenever you're ready, John, watch the stick. Think of the color red. If you think of a different color, you'll mess it up and it's your fault. John, whenever you're ready, say the magic words. John, do you want to know the magic words?
Yes.
The magic words are Steak and Shake. Do you know why? Because I'm like here represent.
You represent
Steak and
Shake.
Shake. Yeah. John, whenever you're ready, say
Steak
that.
and Shake rocks.
Amen. All right, whenever you're ready, say Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake.
What color is the stick?
Red.
The whole stick's red.
Yes.
Give. I say I do it for the kids, but the adults love it just as much. So this is a busload of girls that came in. They're all with their phones. I felt like a rock star. They're all. So we get scammed almost weekly. Here's two kids. They came in. They didn't pay their bill on a $10 ticket. I had a hunch. I'm a part-time. My other calling would be detective. I have 16 cameras at Steak and Shake, like Fort Knox, designated license plate camera. Got it all. Went to a high school. Talked to the principal. Hey, can you tell me who these kids are? Here's what happened. They stole food, didn't pay their bill. She's like, I can't tell you that. Obviously, they're minors, yada, yada. I said, that's fine. Can you pull my daughter out of class? Pull my daughter up. I said, hey, Emily, do you know these kids? She's like, oh, yeah, they're so-and-so. They're in class. They came later that day, paid the bill, and tipped the server. Not long ago, we had a counterfeit $100 bill. I called Detective Ed Gorham, gave him the license plate number. 2 minutes after he left Steak and Shake, he rolled up behind that car. I said, were they surprised? He said, yeah, I got a gun, meth, heroin, and they both had warrants. I got my $100 back. So one of my asks for you today is come and eat at Steak and Shake more often, and together we can fight crime in Murfreesboro. Thanks. The benefits, I get to, oops, I think all right, can you fix this? I've got myself all, here, let me forward back through here. So, Donner truck, there. So, I get to combine my military training with food and my seminary doing ministry, okay? Got a minute. Scripture tells us the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. I'm thankful that I get to be one of the laborers. Okay, this next picture I'm going to show you, I'm going to do it really quick. Nobody take a picture of it. But this is an employee. She worked for me. She's in North Carolina now. In an abusive relationship, the guy knocked out her teeth, most of them. So I'm going to show you before and after. That's her there. Got her new teeth. This house here, an employee, 6-year-old child, only living in motels and tents, all they've ever known. Called my friend up, want to rent the apartment for this lady. You can't do a background check. You can't do credit history. You can't check jack squat. She's going to fail it all. But my wife and I will sign the lease, pay the deposit, put her in here. Got her in there. She never had a washing machine before. Got her a washing machine. Can I have 2 more minutes? Oh, fantastic. I have, here it is. I have a porn ministry at Steak and Shake. You heard that. I got a porn ministry. So our associate pastor at church wrote a little book on porn. The little book on the big lie of pornography. I give these out. I asked one of my managers, I said, hey, do you look at porn? He's like, yeah, do you want a website? I'm like, no, I do not want a website. But you read this book, I'll pay you to read it. Y'all ever seen those cars in the back of people's yards with the weeds and grass growing all around it? Hired a guy, that was his car. Who's heard of Mechanics on a Mission? Mechanics on a Mission, you need to have them come speak. They help people with cars, veterans, with needy people. Partnered with Mechanics on a Mission. That car is on the road today. It's one of my employees. So, a lot of people stopped coming to eat at Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake's franchise owned now, not corporately owned. So I'm cleaning the bathrooms. I'm in the dumpster, picking up trash, cigarette butts, all that. So I want to ask you, come back, invite others to come back and eat at Steak and Shake because we clean the bathrooms now. Randy? Any questions? You got a minute. Bob.
So I do want to make a comment for those who don't know you as well. I met Dave at New Vision years and years and years ago. He truly has a mission at Steak and Shake. If you know of organizations that are looking to put people in a job, he's your guy. Not only is it a job, but he's going to lead them. He's not going to manage them. This guy has a heart of gold. I love him. He's a dear friend. And Steak and Shake is good. I grew up next to one in St. Louis. But thank you for all you do, Dave.
Marvell.
Well, Dave was a good buddy of mine. Will, please go by and get his garlic burger. Steak burger. It was awesome. That garlic burger. Wow.
Amen. Yeah. All right, anybody else? That's it. Yes.
Is that overall all the Steak and Shakes are no longer corporate?
They're moving towards that direction. Yes, to go, because when you're franchise owned, you care more than just sticking a manager in there to be. So, yes. You were next, man.
Would you come speak to Smyrna Rotary?
To which one?
Smyrna Rotary?
Let me pray about it. Yes.
So you mentioned, you talked about getting the restaurant, during COVID. Can you talk about some of the adaptations? I mean, clearly you went in with one mindset. Restaurants are closing left and right.
So the dining room closed. The drive-thru was still open for that year. We lost about 10 grand a week.
Okay.
So.
Any other adaptation skills that you implemented during that time?
Well, it's taken 4 years. I just finished all my projects, which I say, truthfully, I would rather go back to war than do this again. I mean, it's been, because the longevity is so long. So the servers weren't there anymore. Now you come in, we have kiosks, and it's just a lot of changes. So, yes. New floors, windows, ceiling, everything.
Totally not related to Steak and Shake. What was your Eagle project?
My Eagle project. So, I grew up in East Tennessee. There was a children's home. And it was planting trees, beautification. They're in East Tennessee. Yes.
I guess you've got a ministry aspect of your business. Do you ever work with like Salvation Army or Greenhouse on hiring folks that might have trouble getting employed?
So I'm always looking for great people. And so definitely open to that. We have several special needs, young adults that work there. Not the Salvation Army. I don't have any contact there. But I know the people at Greenhouse. And so, yes, sir. Or somebody else. Yes, sir.
With your business model now, can you vary your menu, or is it set by corporate?
Yeah, I can do anything I want if it fits in this little box, and that's not one of them. No. Question?
Did you ever consider stand-up comedy?
No, but I'm open. Anybody else? Fantastic. Come by and see me. Thank you.